Welcome, everybody, to our coverage of the 2021 Pro Masters Disc Golf World Championships in Johnson City, Tennessee, powered by Infinite Discs. You're watching MP60 Lead Card Round 4 Front 9 coverage, brought to you by us here at BDub Pro. Today's commentary is brought to you by myself, Cameron Makiling, and my good buddy and co-cameraman, Curtis Maroney. And let's get these player profiles started with Eric Vandenberg, our current leader, out of Durham, North Carolina, husband of Elaine King. Up next is Tim Keith from Trussville, Alabama. Third on the card is Jeff Fiedler, out of Berkeley, California, formerly of Portland, Oregon. And last but not least, Mike Ward of Mount Shasta, California. Pretty fun to have some guys on the card from back home. And kicking off hole one here at Harmon Hills, a 378-foot par 3. The shot is really, you just got to make this gap here in the middle, and you want to have it stay pretty straight with a little bit of right finish at the end. And there are a lot of rocks down there, so you do risk kind of skipping off, maybe not having the best footing, but overall a pretty simple starting hole, I think. First to tee is Eric Vandenberg.
Throwing the hyzer flip. Turning a little bit.
Oh, comes in hot for you and Kevin.
It does come in hot. Almost
You'll have
us.
a circle 2 look. Not bad.
If he turned it a little bit more, it would have been better.
Tim Keith with a super cool shirt.
We got 2 lefties on the card and 2 righties.
Up next, righty, Jeff Fiedler. That has a lot of good turn.
Just need to stable out.
Stables out little, comes down to the ground a little early.
Probably around a 60-footer.
And the second lefty, Mike Ward. That thing is cooking. It's going to be a little left, kind of in those trees over there.
It's going to be a tough out from there.
Tim in a similar spot.
That was great up.
Leaves him with a tester for par.
That's also a tester out, like just outside circle maybe? Given
That is parked.
Yeah.
And Jeff Fiedler was actually the skills competition winner over at Warriors Path State Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple days before the event. And that is a huge birdie putt from Eric Vandenberg to get his round started.
Great way to start, getting the confidence boosted. That was deep.
And if you saw our coverage from round 1 of MP40, we actually were filming Eric's wife, Elaine King. So kind of fun to have husband and wife this week on our coverage.
Super cool.
Ooh.
Just right side.
Basket 1 is not being super friendly to this card.
I guess with a lefty, that's am side, right?
Yeah, it is. Both lefties with the same miss. Good observation, Curtis. I missed that. I didn't realize that was both of the lefty guys, but they're going to tap in a couple of bogeys here. Hopefully shake off some beginning of the round nerves or whatever may be going on as we move on to hole 2.
First par 4.
You're correct. The first par 4, 461 feet. A similar gap as the first hole, but this one is moving uphill. And even after this gap, you probably still have 275 to 300 feet left to bite off. And then the basket is tucked all the way out here into the trees just a little bit. Those stanchions or little tiny ad walls you can see on the left side delineate OB. So anything left of those is going to be out of bounds.
A little bit of a sloping green and some trouble behind it, so you want to play it short so you can actually have a clean putt.
Yeah, you don't want to be trapped in the trees back there. That is jail. I mean, the trees anywhere on this course are pretty much jail.
Yep. Eric throwing a good hyzer flip right down the gap.
And real quick, I gotta say, this is probably one of the coolest tee pads I've ever seen.
Yes.
How they just cemented between the rocks like that.
It's awesome.
Lots of space to play with. It's a great flip-up shot from Tim.
That's pushing so far. That's like 120 foot up from there.
Yeah, that was a really good throw. Another great drive.
Wow. This is like where you typically land.
And even that's a really good spot to be
Yep.
in. Eric running it from there, and he's going to have a tough birdie putt.
In the foliage behind the basket. The lefty sidearm.
Nice approach from
That's
Mike.
bullseye almost. That's
Two
good.
great approaches from the lefties.
All these guys are such great putters.
Oh, we must have missed a throw there from Jeff.
As I say that, slight miss to the left.
Just a little miss.
There we
Great
go.
birdie from Tim.
Bouncing back from the bogey.
So does Mike.
Nice. Tapping in that par for Eric.
And a par for Jeff as well. And sliding on over to hole 3. 503-foot par 4. This one has a little bit of open fairway at the beginning, but as soon as you get into this tree line up here, it is Tree City. And you will be struggling. I think all players might struggle to find a gap to get to the basket.
I think the right side's the more favored side because it actually has an open gap, and then once you get through the gap, it's kind of just pick your poison down to the basket.
And this is a very fast green. Discs that don't absolutely match that angle coming in at the end are going to roll back down.
Yep, have a tendency to roll.
And that is looking good. Turning really nice for him.
It just gets clean. That's pushing so far.
That is a great drive.
Yeah, that was a great drive. Let's see what Mike can do. Kind of following that line. A little bit more inside.
Oh. Got a tree as soon as he got in there. And he's going to be looking. Oh, Eric's got a good throw there.
Eric, great at the hyzer flips.
Yeah, that was very clean. He's right up there by Tim. Not trying to be outdone. And Jeff going a little more inside than the other two, but still in a decent spot. And he might have a pretty narrow alleyway looking at the basket from over on that far left side.
Mike, second.
Wow, that's parked.
Yeah, that was perfectly executed.
Oh, tomahawk roller. Oh, and that's really good.
That was really great.
Eric going smooth and gotta sit down.
Oh no. Stop, just sit down.
Yeah, that is the error that you will see most often on this putting green down here.
Little air bounce up shot.
Sticks the landing, no roll, but kind of a tester. Eric with the tester here.
Like a 28 footer for birdie.
Uphill's gonna feel more like 35 to 40 feet.
Yep. Cashes
Wow,
it.
just over the basket. That was perfect.
That was a great putt.
And he's getting the ball rolling here. That's one birdie. See if Tim can make it two.
Nice.
Very nice.
Looking like a star frame.
Jeff got a little 10-footer here for his three.
That roller was a great upshot.
Yeah, that was very
Not many
very
players
cool.
can do that.
You know, Tim kept bragging about how he thinks Jeff has the best roller game in all of MP60 in the whole world. And that's a star frame there, folks. Hole 3 is a very good star frame.
Yeah.
That is a tough hole. Hole 4, 479-foot par 4. This one, the trees are right up at the front, and then you get to be out in the open for quite a ways up until you get a little closer to the basket, and you're going to tuck back into the woods and have to go up this hill.
You definitely want to finish left off the tee so you can have a good angle up into the basket because it does get a little tight up there.
And similar to the last hole, this green is going to play fast. If you don't stick the landing, you do risk rolling pretty far backwards.
I think that's a thing you'll see with this course is a lot of fast greens.
Mm-hmm. That was a great drive.
That was also a great drive. That's like perfect landing spot right there.
And those were lefty turnover shots. It's set up perfect right here, though, for a nice hyzer from Eric. He's looking to get... Oh, he gets past you, Kurt.
Yep.
And he gets it all the way down in a great position to score.
Going a little higher, getting a little bit of leaves on the way down there.
A set of great drives from the whole card.
Turnover putter shot. Looking
And he
great.
slides up right into the green. Eric's second shot here. And that is smooth. Excellent way to match that angle there and get a slide uphill instead of catch an edge.
Wood is leaking out left, going into the trees, but it looks like it gets through. Nice.
Still inside the circle. Must have missed an upshot there, but birdie for Tim. A birdie there from Jeff. And we missed Mike's upshot here, but this is for 3 as well. Three for 3. Eric looking to make it a second star frame in a row, folks.
That's rare. You don't see many star frames right in a row.
Especially not here at Harmon Hill.
Yeah.
Hole 5, 309-foot par 3. Shorten things up just a little bit here, but no reprieve from the woods as we have a lot of tight gaps. You can see us. You can see Ace Run specifically flying their drone through here. The green, though, is way more forgiving on this hole than it has been on the last couple. So pick and choose your battles, I guess, here at Harmon Hill.
All the par 3s here are a little bit tougher than the par 4s, I feel like.
Definitely harder to score on.
Way harder to score. It's when you have to hit a tight gap and then fade right.
Wow, pures it.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Set up perfect for that lefty.
Yep. Ooh,
Mike hangs it wide and catches an early tree.
kicks right.
Going to be in jail a little bit down there.
Got to flip something all the way over. Oh, looks like it's starting to turn.
Wow, and that turned really late in its flight.
He turned it over a little too early, going into the trees to the right.
Mike is in jail here.
There's a sinkhole over there that was playing with like casual relief.
Casual relief, yeah,
Yep.
for all the sinkholes on the course.
Yep.
And there's a number of them out here in Tennessee.
There's
That
another.
was a great overhand roller from
Yep.
Mike. Awesome approach from Jeff, scrambling from an unideal position there.
It's just outside circle 1.
Wow. And that is 3 birdies in a row.
His putter is on fire right now. Mike, this is for par, right?
Yes, this is for par here. Good position after scrambling out of the woods, and a great par save.
Yeah. Great upshot with the roller. And this is the pure drive for birdie, right?
Yes, for birdie, Tim Keith going to make it 4 birdies in a row with this one.
Bounced right back from the bogey on hole 1.
I swear you're doing it like fell right here.
And the tap-in par here for Jeff. And we're going to take a quick commercial break.
women are being featured in the magazine.
The women are out there, the pro women, so then it kind of motivates a lot of us amateurs to like go out there and not be afraid.
I would love to see more tournaments like this in the future for women's disc golf.
I want to see more women filling spots in a tournament than men. That'd be something to brag about.
Disc golf's legit and we're here to stay and we're gonna make names for ourselves.
Say yes to disc golf!
And we are back from commercial at hole 6, a giant 770-foot par 5. This is going to have a tight gap off the tee pad out into the open a little bit, and then a second gap up the hill, and you'll be out in the open for a little bit again until you tuck back into the trees to putt.
Yeah.
So you have a number of gaps you need to hit over the course of 5 holes, and you can see the basket is deep in the woods here.
All right, I think the most common landing zones are right at the bottom of the hill, so you have a clean shot up towards the hill. That's where you want to land off the tee.
Yeah, you can see we both were not ready for Eric to throw right there, so we only caught the back end of his flight. Tim getting a much more full flight. Going to be a little right, kind of closed off, but that might be okay for the lefty there.
Yeah, for a lefty it'd be okay. And it's so much harder to execute a full turnover as a lefty. Makes
And
this
that
course
was
a little bit
great.
harder.
He's also over to the right side, but that's all right with that left-handed backhand. He has the option to get out around those trees that he's kind of behind a little bit.
There's a more traditional hyzer, but sawed off a little left and early.
Not a terrible spot. Eric's a little far out, but he's just got to get into the gap. Oh, and he misses right, and he's kind of in the rough there.
It's got to push up the hill. You want to get as far up the hill as you can.
And that's not bad for Jeff. Maybe not the best footing for his next throw, but out in the open.
See, even from there, I don't think you can see the basket, which makes the hole a lot tougher than if you're up here where you can see the basket. He might be a little pinched off left, but
Mike should have a look into the green at least from over there.
yeah.
And that is a great out from a terrible lie for Eric. Big turnover getting the woods for Jeff.
Into the gap. Oh my God, that is beautiful.
That is great. He gets all the way and puts it right next to you, Curtis, and he's going to have a putt.
It's a great
for
shot.
4. Tim trying to do the same and get all the way in there. Oh, not a bad kick. He's out in the middle, but has a little bit left to bite off with his upshot. Maybe a long putt if he feels like throwing it in.
Nice smart player pitching up right to the middle of the gap.
Getting some good turn, maybe getting some good slide. That's great.
Yeah.
Excellent ground play there.
Mike throwing his upshot. Hits the tree, probably around,
Circle's edge.
yeah, circle's edge.
Smart play there from Tim, not wanting to risk hitting the basket and then rolling away.
Great bid.
Oh, now it's his birdie look. Gonna have a tap-in par for Jeff. Par there for Tim. Par there for Eric. A par for Jeff. And I believe a 4th par here.
Maybe a bogey.
Oh, a bogey. You were correct. I miscounted.
Yeah, you had to pitch up to the middle of the gap, giving a bogey.
Correct. Hole 7, 445-foot par 3. This one starts off uphill, but into the open, luckily, and stays open for most of the hole, surprisingly. You just have that one kind of guardian tree there that spreads out and kind of locks off your air shot into the green. You're going to have to try and keep it low and get it in there on your second throw if you can't get that 445 feet of distance off the drive.
This is actually coming in as tied for the first hardest hole on the course with 17. You have to push so far straight before you start fading in there.
Yeah, not really with a birdie look, but he is setting himself up nice and easy for a par here. Oh, and Eric with a very early tree
That's what
and
you
going to be locked off.
Do not want to do is hit an early tree in the early gap.
Yeah, as long as you make it off this first gap, you do still have a look at a par.
Yeah.
Eric gonna have to do something magical there to get up to the green from that spot.
Just looking like pushing too far straight. You really want to go right.
That faded it at left way too early. He's also not an ideal place for his upshot.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mike is gonna join Eric in jail over here, just a little bit.
Tough life for Mike and Eric.
that's going
Big
the wrong way.
Sky Annie into a roller. Does not stand up for him and goes into the woods again.
On a forehand roller.
A little short, but out in the open.
I think he just is playing for the bogey.
Yeah, he just wanted to get out.
Yeah.
244. This is gonna get me 243.
Mike telling me, give me the breakdown for this throw here.
Come on in.
See if he can execute. Oh, and a little short of the 1 foot from the basket he was promising, but I think he still has a look for a bogey save there.
This hole is eating up Eric.
Manages to get out. Now just got to play it safe. A creative out there from Jeff. Also going to just be playing for his bogey at this point.
So this is for his bogey.
Eric's got to get it
Up
to
and
the basket from here.
that looks pretty good.
Only Tim's second throw there. Great approach. Nice safe play from Jeff Fiedler. And Mike to save par. Or bogey, my bad. But that is a fantastic bogey save after the trip that these men have been on hole 7.
Yeah. Averaging is one of the hardest holes in the course.
And for good reason. This
Yep.
is a tough 3 for sure. A solo par for Tim, and we miss Eric tapping out his double bogey there. But we are going to move on to hole 8, a 333-foot par 4. This one plays down and dog legs to the right, as you can see delineated by that traffic sign there. And we're going to make a big turn almost back towards the tee pad just a little bit, and then uphill. You can see this is a short par 4, but with that amount of turn back,
Yeah.
might be warranted. There's also a lot of trees these guys have to deal with to get down to even where they can turn around.
That's perfect landing zone right there. I could see this possibly being eagleable if you throw a great forehand righty and get a good skip.
I like the idea of the lefty forehand roller there because it should have rolled to its top side
Yeah.
towards the basket, but caught an early rock. Eric sending it a little straight, but should be okay over there. A second forehand roller in a row. And that is much better executed than the last one. It might. Oh, it rolled all the way through those bushes, it looked like, and out into
Yeah.
that open space over there.
Somehow fought through all that.
Tim in a great spot. And sets it down right next to the basket.
Great up. Oof.
Unfortunate. Eric can still save par here, though, no problem. Ooh. Good run. Mike back there tinks it off the pole, and he's going to have a par tap in. Great birdie from Jeff.
This is coming in as the easiest hole in the course. So right after the hardest, we go right into the easiest hole. Mike.
Saves his par.
Good par to get. Much rather have a par than a bogey.
Oh, definitely. But you would much rather have that birdie that Tim Keith is walking away with there. And a bogey for Eric. Must have missed a shot there. A lot of gnomes on this course. Hole 9, 497-foot par 4. This is the last hole of our front 9 coverage here. This one is big and uphill, and you got to turn to the left at the top and continue uphill just a little bit. Well, you go downhill shortly and back uphill towards the basket.
With another sloped green.
And this one kind of works as the backboard. That grass isn't going to roll you as hard as the dirt does.
Yeah.
But still do risk rolling back down towards that bottom there. Nice drive from Tim. Going to put him in a good position to get to the green.
Right at the top of the hill. The farther up, the easier the angle is. Great shot.
A little low down behind those trees, but you can still get it around those that shrubbery.
It's also a great shot.
Yeah, the further you can get up the hill, the better, really, here.
Eric going again, throwing a hyzer.
Big hyzer, getting it around the corner.
Pushing just a little far, but
Long of the green there, but that's not terrible. Great approach from Jeff.
Mike throwing a putter.
Get up there.
And going to set himself down inside the circle.
Oh, it's coming in a little speed, but it checks right up.
Parked. And Eric getting things started with a birdie.
It's for birdie also.
2 for 2.
It's looking like another star for him.
Sure is. Mike makes it 3. And our leader, Tim Keith, is going to tap in to make it 4. Look, another gnome. And taking a look at the scores from the front 9, you can see Tim Keith has managed to take the lead with a neg 5 through 9 holes. Jeff Fiedler moving into moving into 3rd place there. And Eric holding down 2nd now. Follow us at PDGA on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or go to PDGA.com and join if you do not already have a membership.